Well, welcome to the PGA Championship. I'm here at home, but I have two gentlemen on the network, Troy and Will, live at the PGA Championship. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. The weather out here is kind of... Go ahead, Will.
It's kind of gusty.
Go ahead, Will.
But you know what? I'm enjoying myself. It's fun. Walking the course, seeing the skyline, seeing the Sunday crowd. It's still early, so I anticipate exciting action coming up on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I got the Goodyear blimp behind me. So, yeah, it's a little windy out here. Tough conditions for these golfers today. There's going to be some high numbers, and I think by the end of the day, 5 under will probably win the tournament.
So tell us a little bit about, update us, I guess, on the tournament and where everything is at in regards to who's leading, when they'll tee off for their next round and all of that stuff.
Yeah, the leader right now is Mito Pereira out of Chile. He tees off in about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, we've been following the action this morning. A lot of high scores so far. Pretty windy out here, so I can see the leaderboard changing quite a bit.
A lot of people are following the Harold Bonner and the Brooks Koepka pairing right now. That was like a pretty big following when I was with them up until hole 9. And now they're probably on the back 9 somewhere. Jordan Spieth went off early. Obviously, we know about the Tiger Woods withdrawal. That I think that hurt the crowds a little bit today. Overall, there's quite a few people coming in and out and all of that good stuff. So just we'd show you the PGA shops, practice going behind us. Just a few things to look at while we're taking a break from the action to come with you folks.
So Troy, tell us why Tiger Woods backed out. Why did he withdraw?
Well, this course is really hilly. And after 3 days, it just took his toll on his body. Of course, of his car accident last year. And with basically a repaired leg from titanium rods and screws and stuff, this course is not good for somebody who has any sort of condition like that. A lot of hills, a lot of up and down. So I just think after 3 days of that, even though he made the cut, one more day, his body just couldn't take it.
But didn't he know that going into this? He already knew that. So did he just want to prove it to himself?
Yeah, I think it's just now it's about him proving it to himself. We all know, what kind of guy he is and what kind of golfer he is. So I think for him now, it's just about proving he can still do it. And I think he was disappointed. Yesterday, he shot a +9. So I think that kind of dejected him enough to not continue today.
Well,
and he said at the beginning of the week he still loved the competition. He loves to compete, and he wanted to do what he can to compete. I know after Friday, he said his mission was to win it still, even after making the cut at +3. Obviously, yesterday, with the conditions being colder, that probably factored into it too. He thought he hit a shot perfectly on 6, but it ended up being club and a half short, and it splashed right into the water. So I think there's plenty to learn from him, and they can take a lot of positive things. But I still think that there's still work to do. I think U.S. Open is questionable at this point. I'm not going to doubt Tiger Woods, because anytime I doubt Tiger Woods, I probably get in trouble. But I see him for sure playing in the British Open, because St. Andrews is a flat course. So I see a lot of Tiger at the British Open 2 months from now. Gives him time to heal. St. Andrews is one of his favorite courses in the world. So I think that's probably your Tiger forecast for the next couple months. U.S. Open, possibly. British Open, I'd say good to go if the rehab is on schedule.
So, Will, you talk about Tiger Woods being able to potentially compete in all these upcoming events, but have we seen the last of Tiger potentially winning? Is that a done deal? Is he done winning? Is he just trying to compete at this point?
So I'm not going to put anything past Tiger, because, I mean, look at what Phil did at 51 last year at Kiawah Island. So with Phil winning at Kiawah Island and everybody thought Phil was done, Tiger's just 45. So, no, wait, he's 46 now. So my apologies. But anywho, I still think that I don't want to say he's done. But I still think he has a lot to prove. I think that's where he wants to come back and make a comeback bigger than anything else. And one thing I can tell you, from what I've seen, like Ben Hogan got into a similar car accident before the 1953 U.S. Open, and he won the U.S. Open after he was in a near fatal car accident. I can't tell you how old he was, but it's similar circumstances.
Troy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's done either. I mean, I don't think he's done either. I mean, he's still 45 years old, and I think he just needs to take time and try to recover, and maybe try to get his leg a little bit better, physical therapy, all that stuff. I just think he just wants to be out here. He loves the competition. It's more about proving it to himself right now. I don't think he's tournament winning worthy yet, but I would never count him out. And if not, in 4 years, 4.5 years, he can join the senior tour. So that will give them a lot of publicity.
Oh, yeah, of course. So speaking of the people that are in it today, can you kind of give us a mood and a sense of what it's like there? And do you think that anybody has a chance of catching, I'm going to say Pariah? Is that how you say his last name? Pereira?
Pereira.
Yeah,
I mean,
is there a sense of anybody who thinks they can catch him, or is it a done deal?
No, nothing's a done deal out here when it's windy and blustery, and that 9 under can quickly turn into he can have a +8, and the second guy can shoot 2 under and win the tournament. I don't think anybody's shooting more than 3 under today. It's pretty windy out here. The golf balls are tailing and flying not the way they want to go. So, like I said, this tournament, even though he's 9 under, has a 3-shot lead, I don't think it's safe. So we'll see what happens this afternoon, but it's going to be interesting this afternoon.
And with golf, nothing is final until the last hole is putted in on the 72nd hole. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's a done deal, but I think if he controls his emotions, Pierre controls his emotions, I think he can put the field away early, or it could be he could lose focus and it could be a mental breakdown, and all of a sudden we'll go from -9 to even through 5 holes. You never know with this golf course right now. It's playing like a beast. You can kind of see the wind kind of messing its thing in the background with that PGA flag. So I would say if they can control the wind, whoever controls the wind, the best will win the tournament. Like who controls their ball flight and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because we noticed that at the Masters when Scotty Scheffler was in the lead and I believe it was Smith was trying to catch him with that gigantic shot. Looked like I believe he was 3 behind, and then he triple bogeyed after that. So, like you said, I mean, you can have a big shot and then you can bogey right after that, and it can all switch in an instant because Smith lost his cool after he hit that bogey, the triple bogey at the Masters. So, who are you guys' uh, who are some of your dark horses or just golfers in general that you think can catch him today?
Well, the only one I think that could probably win besides Pereira is Kirkpatrick. He's 6 under. He's in second place right now. He has some major experience. This is Pereira's first major, first time being here. So the pressure is enormous on these guys. And with all these people staring at them, cameras everywhere, Sundays, there's a lot of breakdowns. So I have Kirkpatrick winning this afternoon.
I think Will Zalatoris has a good shot to win, not only because he has the same first name as me, which is a bonus. He looks like Happy Gilmore's caddy, but he's been in the major spotlight before. He's had success at the Masters before, finished tied for second 1 year. I think that there's definitely possibility for him to come out with he's one of the best ball strikers, and this is a ball striker's golf course. If he can strike the ball well, I think he has the best shot to win. But I think Zalatoris will be the guy to catch PR if anybody. Back to John's point with Cam Smith at the Masters on hole 12, Cam splashes it into the water, and then it goes all downhill. And then all of a sudden his tournament goes from like one shot back to gaining momentum to bam, out of it in 3 holes.
So can you guys talk to me a little bit about what the mental fortitude it takes to hold on to a lead? So for example, for Pereira, when he's in this situation, what kind of mental fortitude do you have to have when you're in a lead at a championship event like this, Troy?
Well, first of all, you got to block all the extra stuff out, crowds, media, and just focus, take it one shot at a time. This is his first time, like I said earlier, and and even if he hits a bad shot, a lot of guys in the past they dwell on it and then they just unravel. So he needs to start strong and just if he has a bad shot, just shrug it off and try to keep going. That's the only way that I think he'll be able to hang on.
So, Will, how do you, as a golfer, whenever you have a shot like that, how do you, if you have a bad shot on a hole and you're trying to maintain the lead, how do you block that out? Is it your next shot just gets you out of that? How long does that linger in your mind typically?
So when it comes to scoring well on the golf course, you have to basically just set up your next shot. You have to feel comfortable with your next distance. Like if you're 270 out on a par 5, do you feel like you can go for the green with the current lie that you have? Or do you want to get to a number that you feel comfortable with? Like, would you rather be 110 and have a full gap wedge into the hole, or do you want to try and be like 240 and have a tough pitch shot over a bunker? It's like me, if I hit a bad tee shot, I'll just know what my next setup is and know where I can come up and down for par, or know what part of the green to miss on or what side of the hole to miss on, so I can set up my next up and down to get down for par and move on to the next hole and start fresh all over again.
Troy, do you have anything to add to that?
Know when to play. Well, yeah, a lot of these guys play it safe, but I mean, in order to win, sometimes you got to be aggressive and maybe go for it in 2, or and some guys will come up short and go in the water, and that's just major way things go on Sundays. But like I said, some guys are play it safe, but I think there's going to be a lot of risk taking this afternoon, so it should be a fun, entertaining afternoon.
All right, gentlemen. Well, that's about all the updates that we're going to have for now. Do you guys have anything else to add before we hop off here and then come back later with more updates with you two gentlemen live from the PGA Championship 2022?
No, we'll talk later.
It's going to be fun.
Some exciting golf this afternoon. Go ahead, Will.
Will, what was that?
So I was just gonna say I'm ready to see what the crowds bring to us. Looking forward to seeing what the crowds bring on Sunday. You're probably gonna hear a lot of Sunday wars, and hey, maybe I'll be loud enough to where I can reach your TV. Who knows?
All right, well, that does it for us three for right now, but we will be back in a little bit with more updates as the day goes on for the PGA Championship 2022 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll talk soon.